So, welcome back, students, for another important session on nitrogen family. We have told you last time various oxides of nitrogen. We have told the living structures of oxides of nitrogen, and we have given answers to why nitrogen is able to form such a large number of oxides. Why nitrogen does not form pentahalide, student? Question asked so many times repeatedly. PCl5 exists, PCl6 minus also exists, and trihalides of nitrogen were not stable. Even NCl3 is highly explosive. Explosive. Trihalides are important. Then we discussed about ammonia, the preparation of nitric acid, and we discussed some important things about nitric acid as a strong oxidizing agent. Reaction of nitric acid with dilute copper, dilute nitric acid with copper, concentrated nitric acid with copper, with zinc, with more metals, oxidizing them to their corresponding acids of highest oxidation states. These are some of the questions which are repeatedly asked in papers. The most-world manufacture of the nitric acid. Allotropes of phosphorus, very important question, and we have tried to give you what is the difference, student, between white phosphorus and red phosphorus. Which phosphorus is more reactive, white or red? Which form of the phosphorus?
Sir, white.
What is the reason that white phosphorus is chemiluminescence? Some of these questions are important, students. There are differences between allotropes have been asked so many times. The structures have been asked.
Sir, this is because white phosphorus is very less stable.
That is a
It has an strain. It experiences strain.
That was a question we asked why it experiences strain. The structure is P460 degree strain molecule. That is why it decomposes. The reason I do some recap or revision is what we have to answer in the paper, students. You know the answer, but you may not be writing what is required. The P4 tetrahedral discrete units are strained because of the 60-degree angle which we have shown students. So we have to answer to the point. Then only we can get marks for the exam. Only one word or one line answers are there most of the time, student. You have to know what is the answer required. So we have to pinpoint the exact things. All this we already know. Now, phosphine is another important compound, and this is usually asked in the paper. This is usually asked in the paper. Phosphine is something and a very poisonous substance. And you can see that we have talked about the and -3 oxidation states of these elements. Naturally, you have, if I say that phosphine is what is I'm talking about, students. P, let me change the color of this. I'm talking of PH3. This is my phosphine, students. Now, what is the oxidation state of phosphorus here, students? What is the in phosphine? You have what we said, NH3, PH3.
This is -3.
How it is -3? Again,
Uh,
there was a reason I asked. I said some confusion is there still in the minds of the student. What are the oxidation states of the nitrogen compounds? Hydrides, we told you. Hydride is H minus. Hydride is H minus, students. So if you take calcium phosphide, I'm saying, calcium phosphide. In this is metal. Calcium is metal, students. And now I'm saying this is 3 minus. And this is phosphide. Phosphide, this is 3 minus oxidation state here. He is not here. It is +3. So when You will react calcium phosphide is Ca3P2 when you will react with water. Student, what will happen? What will happen? What is water? H and OH minus.
Yes, sir.
So what is going to happen? This is minus, now this is minus. Minus will go with what? Plus. So, and this is OH minus. This will go with what? This calcium. And you have how many? 3 minus. You have 3 minus. 3 minus. ठीक है? 3 minus. Yes, 3
Okay.
minus
Yes, sir.
3 plus.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3. But there is a 2 here. So how many water molecules will be used then? 2 into 3. How many? 6.
6.
Just I'm trying to calculate everything. I can't remember everything. Remembering is a problem for me. So I try to see how the reactions are taking place. Now it becomes clear calcium and hydroxide ions.
Okay.
Calcium and hydroxide. Balancing for that I did that. Phosphorus goes with PH3. Okay? So this is how
Okay.
the compounds are being formed. So when phosphides are reacted with water or with HCl, this reaction is going to take place and you will get the formation of PH3 student phosphine. PH3. Got it?
Okay, sir.
Calcium hydroxide. If I have balancing then 3, this is balanced equation. Ca3P2 6H2O. Now with HCl also similar situation. You will get calcium chloride and phosphine.
Okay.
But more important question has been asked many times. The reaction of white phosphorus. The reaction of white phosphorus student. Many times the question given with concentrated NaOH. This question has been given many times. Again, I am giving. What happens when white phosphorus reaction of white phosphorus? White phosphorus reacts with concentrated NaOH students. What happens here? You are saying P4 NaOH and water is also there, students. You are getting PH3 and NaH2PO2. You are getting balancing. You balance it, then what will happen? 3, 3, PH3,
3.
PH3.
And
So
यहाँ पे
you
नहीं है.
have
Then next
3
3.
phosphorus here,
Yes, sir. 3.
3 NH. 3 plus 1, 4 phosphorus. Can you tell me what are the oxidation states of phosphorus in these? Very important reaction. Very
Sir, P4 तो is 0.
okay.
Then
Important, important reaction student putting a star on that. Important question asked many times. Important question.
then in NaH2PO2 it is +1.
This is 0.
P4 is 0.
What is this?
So this will be -3.
Minus 3.
So because when we calculate the phosphorus
This is
oxidation
not
state
minus
here,
3.
uh,
What is this?
this will be ये हो गया +1.
Plus 1. How? Na is plus. Na is plus. H2 PO2 minus. What is the oxygen is minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, and then there is a 2 oxygen minus 4. Hydrogen is what? Plus 2. Hydrogen plus 2. phosphorus X equal to -1. What is then coming? What it is? What is the oxidation state of this?
Minus 2 plus x minus 1
2. -2
plus 2. Sir, plus 1 only.
plus 1. Oxidation state is coming to be plus. It cannot, something is wrong here, students. +3. This, if it is, and oxygen is -2 H2. This is an example of sodium hydrogen phosphate. This is actually a very important reaction for the preparation of phosphine, because it has been asked many times. Many times this reaction has been given in the paper. It is -3. Then what will happen? This is +3 and both +1, +3 and +1, +1 pH3. What do we say? Nitrogen. Then this actually we have written it wrong. We are -3. NH3 also. Nitrogen is -3. Hydrogen is +1. So this actually is a mistake here. What is that? This is not correct. Just erase it. Okay. So what you are getting, phosphorus, this is 0.
Yes, sir.
You are getting -3 and +1.
Yes, sir.
-3 and +1.
Plus 1. Yes,
And
sir.
this is 0. So this is important. What type of reaction is this?
Sir, disproportionation
This
reaction.
disproportionation reaction. Disproportionation reaction. Always these reactions are very important when an element can exhibit large oxidation states, more than there is a higher oxidation state, there is a lower intermediate oxidation states are being oxidized as well as reduced. It is important reaction. All right. Now about the pH3, students, it is a very noxious gas. I mean, very poisonous type of gas. And you can see the structure we have shown for pH3. It is a Lewis base. It is a Lewis base, students. There is a lone pair of electron, and you can see the pyramidal type of shape. What is the hybridization of phosphorus? Hybridization of phosphorus, student.
Uh,
There are many ways of doing it. If I see what I will do, because how many bonds are there? 3. Bond pair, how many? 3. Lone pair, how many? 1. So total.
1.
So this will be sp3.
sp3.
No problem. This is a simple trick which I use. Bond pair plus lone pair, 4. 4 means sp3. Well, you can want to calculate, you can do it. And this is springly soluble in water and dissolves in natural. And it has one lone pair of electrons, so it reacts with Hi to form PH4I. It explodes violently when exposed to oxidizing agents. It is absorbed in Hi to form PH4I. PH4I. So PH3 plus PH3 plus Hi. It is forming what is happening? It will give its lone pair of electron and forms PH4I, and you can keep it like this, and once it reacts with potassium hydroxide, the phosphine gas is generated. Phosphine gas is produced because it's very noxious. So they react with HI and keep it like this. And when you want it, you will treat it with potassium hydroxide and get the PH3 phosphine gas. Okay, these are some of the reactions of phosphine, students. Now, what happens? Phosphine, certain questions on phosphine can be asked. Important. Phosphine is very important, yes. PH3 is important from examination point of view. And we have shown the reaction with copper sulfate. And you can see reaction with mercury chloride, phosphides are formed, phosphides. And it is weakly basic. Therefore, it we have already given this reaction. Even this reaction was asked somewhere in the paper. This one, this reaction, this reaction. This is an acid,
Yes, sir.
and this is a weak base, acid-base reaction. You can see acid-base reaction to form salt. The important thing, its application and use is very important. Application use is very important, has been asked in the paper, students. There is something called Holmes signal.
Okay.
What is Holmes signals have been asked in the paper. Containers which contain calcium carbide and calcium phosphide. What will happen when calcium carbide and calcium phosphide reacts with water? Calcium carbide and calcium phosphide, what will happen when they react with water? What gas they liberate? PH3. We have shown the preparation of PH3. And this burns and creates smokes.
Okay.
They create what they call as a smoke screen. So it is used as a signal in the sea for the ships. The ships, people coming from far away distance in the ship can see those signals. Holmes signal, smoke screens. So Holmes signals have been used. Holmes signals have been used as smoke screens are visible to the ships in the sea. In the sea, they use it. Now, if I consider pH3 and I consider pH4, this question has been given. Question, which will have a higher angle and why? Which has a higher bond angle and why? Higher bond angle.
Higher bond angle. Sir, pH 4 plus will have a higher bond angle.
Answer has to be given, students.
pH 4 plus will have a higher bond angle because in pH 4 plus all the four orbitals are bonded. In pH 3 there is a lone pair of electron. So lone pair bond pair repulsion will take place in pH 3. So bond angle will reduce.
What is P? Phosphorus, the outermost is 3s2, 3p. How many? 3 electrons.
3.
3s and 3p. This is phosphorus And in what is happening in pH3 sp3, and there is a bond, a lone pair of electron, lone pair of electron. And when I am saying pH4 will be formed, what will happen when pH4 will be formed? Then it has to, phosphorus has to lose one electron. If it
Yes,
loses
sir.
one electron, then what is this? What is this?
One, two, and yeah.
Now it can
Yes.
form four bonds. This is a lone pair of electron in pH3.
And in
In
pH4 plus
pH4,
there is no lone
what
pair.
has happened? One electron has been lost. This electron is lost. P plus means one electron lost.
So
So
no bond pair lone
sp3
pair repulsion.
hybridization,
Yes, sir.
and there is no lone pair. No lone pair. So what will happen? The bond angle was less because of lone pair. Bond pair repulsion is not there
Repulsion.
now. Lone pair, bond pair repulsion. In pH3, there is a lone pair, bond pair repulsion. What do we say? Here, I'm saying P. Let me draw. You have P, H, H, H. You have a lone pair, bond pair repulsion. ठीक है? But what is happening in pH4?
Yes, sir.
Tetrahedral plus tetrahedral, which will have a higher bond angle. This becomes pyramidal.
Yes.
This will have
pH4
a higher
plus.
bond angle than this. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. One electron is lost, so bond angle will be higher. Now what happens when phosphorus is heated with NaOH? Question. This question. Again this question. What happens when white phosphorus is heated with concentrated NaOH in an atmosphere of CO2? This is the preparation of which gas?
Phosphine. pH3.
Important question has been asked in the papers. Let us see the halides of the phosphorus. There are two halides. One is px3, other is px5. So you are forming phosphorus. If you react with chlorine, you are getting here PCl3. Thionyl chloride also you can use to get PCl3. And what is the structure of PCl3? You can see that. What is the hybridization in PCl3, students? What is the hybridization in PCl3?
Uh, PCl PCl3 it would be sp3.
How will I do lone pair? How many? One. Bond pair? How many?
One bond pair 3.
Total four. Then it is sp3. Always. This is a trick. No problem. I don't go for anything more than that. Sp3, but there is a lone pair of electrons, so the bond angle is reduced due to lone pair. Bond pair repulsion continues. Bond length is 204 picometer. Picometer. Now the question is properties of PCl3. It is a oily liquid hydrolysis. Hydrolysis of PCl3 takes place. What is you are getting? H3PO3 hydrolysis.
Okay.
You know that PCl3 under is hydrolyzed because it can accept a pair of electrons from the water. Water has a Lewis base. There are vacant orbitals, so it can give electron pairs, and the result will be you will get H3PO3. So it is hydrolyzed to orthophosphoric acid H3PO3 phosphoric acid. Phosphorus. This is orthophosphorus acid. Orthophosphorus acid. We are going to discuss about the acids. And you can see the PCl3 reacting the reaction of carboxylic acid, and you have already seen this reaction. Alcohols plus PCl3. What is the product? RCl plus H3PO3 students. So you can balance this 3RC. There are 3Cl and H3PO3. So you prepared the alkyl halides from alcohols by using PCl3. Similarly with carboxylic acids also it can produce acid chlorides. Acid chlorides. So they can be used for chlorination. Further, phosphorus pentachloride, PCl5. If I use excess of Cl2, excess of Cl2. There you have used 6. Yeah, here I am using 10 Cl2. If I use excess of dry Cl2, then you will get phosphorus pentachloride. And if I use excess of SO2Cl2, again you are getting PCl5. And PCl5 on hydrolysis is giving you POCl3, HCl, and POCl3 further hydrolyzed to H3PO4. And on heating, what will happen? If I heat it, students, it will decompose to give PCl3 plus Cl2. Again, it is reacting with organic compounds for preparing alkyl halides. This reaction we have seen in the organic compounds. You have already seen this reaction. C2H5OH. Chlorination. What was the product, students? C2H5Cl. One P and one O is there. P and how many? P plus POCl3 is there. And you have an H and Cl. So we can get these from alcohols and carboxylic acids also. We know how we can prepare acid chlorides. So phosphorus halides are important compounds. They are being used in organic chemistry. You have seen in the chapter of haloalkanes for chlorination of alcohols. And they react with metals also. What will happen? You will get again silver chloride and PCl3 and chloride, PCl3. So PCl5 can react with metals to give, if I say 2Ag plus PCl5 student, you are getting 2AgCl plus PCl3. Now, what type of reaction is this? What type of reaction is this? Different type of questions are put in the exam. What type of reaction is this, students? What is the oxidation state? We have to see that. What is the oxidation state of silver?
Silver is 0.
Phosphorus is here
+5.
+1. Here +3.
+1.
Phosphorus
And
is going from +4 to +3. Therefore, phosphorus is being,
reduced.
therefore, it is acting as
Oxidizing agent.
oxidation. It is a redox reaction. It is a symbol of the redox reaction. Oxidation number concept is useful. I already said higher oxidation state will likely to go to lower oxidation state. +5, well, +5 cannot go higher. So, but because there are oxidation states which are also stable lower than this, so what will happen? It is a strong Lewis acid. It will gain electrons and go to +5 to +3. So silver has been oxidized to silver. Similarly, in the reaction, it is oxidizing tin. What has happened here? Tin plus 2 PCl5. What is the result? SnCl4, 2 PCl3, 2 PCl3. What is the oxidation result? In here 0, here plus 4. And phosphorus again going from plus 5 to plus 3. Plus 5 to plus 3 oxidation states.
Yes, sir.
Tin belongs to which group?
Tin is
Group. Which group is tin is? What is the 14 group? Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin,
Germany.
lead.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So here it is showing gone to plus 4 oxidation state. What is the group oxidation state of this group? 14 elements, students, plus 4. So tin is oxidized to plus 4 oxidation state. Certain information, chemistry is linked with one another, but once we start understanding, it helps us a lot. I will know tin will be oxidized to which state. It is group 14 element. Is a 0 to oxidation state plus 4. There are plus 4 or plus 2 oxidation states. Lower side if you go. Lead will be showing plus 2 more. There are will be plus 4 and plus 2. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
NH2, NP2. So lower oxidation state become more stable down the group that you already know. Inert pair effect. All these things we use repeatedly in our question answers. Everything is linked. I mean, we try to understand, then we will learn. Not interested in cramming the things. We will have to spend our mind. That's all. Little bit. How a reaction takes place, what type of changes are taking place, redox oxidation number, it helps us a lot. Lewis acid, Lewis base, and then how hydrolysis is taking place. All the reaction we find that they are what we are doing basically. Same I will be using somewhere in organic compounds. And if I will cram those reactions, again I am at doubt all the time. But if I understand, I know now, then PCl5 is going to give chlorine, acting as a chlorinating agent. PCl5, PCl3, organic compounds, you have seen that. Now PCl5 is very important. PCl5 is very important, student, because this is asked in paper a lot. In the solid state, we said the solid state, student. What we said, it is existing as PCl4 plus and PCl6 minus. So there is a cation and anion in the. What will be the shape of this has been asked in some paper. What is the shape of this tetrahedral?
PCl4. Yes, sir.
What is the hybridization? sp3. What will be
sp3.
this? Octahedral.
Octahedral.
They have asked what is the hybridization of this. Hybridization of this. So how many are it? How many students? This is 6 bonds are being formed as sp3d2. 1, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 2, 6. Octahedral.
sp3d2.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now the PCl3 fumes in moisture. Why it fumes in moisture? Question. What are the fumes which we see?
PCl3 in moisture.
What is the reaction of PCl3
Sir,
to what?
because PCl3 is hydrolyzed in the presence of moisture to give fumes of HCl, PCl3 plus H2O gives HCl plus H3PO3.
H3PO3 plus 3HCl. And because of this HCl gas, fumes of HCl gas are there.
HCl gas are produced.
Fumes of gas, hydrolyzed. Is example of hydrolysis of PCl3. What do you see the fumes of? What happens when PCl5 is heated? Question 1. Question 2. PCl5, if you will heat it, student, what is the reaction? What is the reaction, students?
When PCl5 is heated, it will decompose and it will form PCl3.
It decomposes. Or all the 5 bonds in PCl5 equal?
No, sir. All 5 bonds are not equal in PCl5. In PCl5, structure is trigonal bipyramidal.
Is
So
not
there are
the structure is not required here.
so there are 3 equatorial bonds and 2 axial bonds. Axial bonds are longer than equatorial bonds.
The value is given somewhere here. How much is given? This is what is this value? 240 picometer. This is 202.
202.
240. This is 202 picometer. So they, due to greater repulsion between the electrons, these bonds are longer. Write a balanced equation for hydrolytic reaction of PCl5 in heavy water. What is happening? PCl5 heavy water. What is heavy water? D2O. D2O. We have given a reaction of PCl5, where is PCl5 with H2O. This is a reaction of PCl5 with H2O. Now we are using heavy water instead of this D2O. What was that? P was plus 5. Cl is minus. And what was water? H plus. And OH minus. Now you have D plus and OD minus. OD minus. So what will happen? Where is OD minus? Phosphorus going with oxygen and 3Cl. And where is this? Where is the H going? This H. HCl. HCl. So what you will get? You are getting what? Where is this going? DCl
Okay.
and POCl3.
POCl3.
And what will happen with this POCl3? This is my POCl3. And this is my H2O, 3H2. Now this is 3D2O now and POCl3. What is happening? 6 out of 6 where they are going D3 PO4 plus 3DCl. ठीक है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. There's something, some amount of thinking is required. You can't answer any question. I mean, you have to think.
Okay.
First, you can write with water, then you can use D2O. All right, students, what we are trying to see some of the questions they've been asked. Now, this is a very important thing which we are telling about the oxoacids. First of all, question will be there. What are oxoacids? What are oxoacids? What do you mean by oxoacid, student? What is an oxoacid? First question.
Sir, oxoacids are those acids which contain an oxygen along with hydrogen and another element.
Oh, there are two things in this term. I am putting like this. Important question. Oxo, what is oxo group? That means you whatever here you have phosphorus, there is a double bond with the oxygen. Double bond with the oxygen. This is a oxo group. Acid. Now you are saying there has to be an acid. That means there has to be something like this. There should be ionizable hydrogen H plus.
Okay.
When it will ionize? Only if there is an electronegative element with hydrogen. This is a highly electronegative. Oxygen is more electronegative. More electronegative. So it can pull the electron and then it can release the H plus. This electron it can pull and then this can be released. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
All right. The chemistry works on certain basic things. You know, whatever we told you about size of the atom, electronegativity, lone pairs, all this is working. But we have to think and apply. Then it becomes easy. We can know what is happening. So there are, as you can see here, students, large oxoacids are being formed. And the formulas are even difficult, the names are difficult. That is the problem. So one question will be there in the paper. There is going to be one question on oxoacids. They are very important, very, very important. One minimum one question will be there. Question is coming in the paper. The question is that we have to know the names of these acids. What we are required to know. I'm saying names of oxoacids of phosphorus. If I don't know the name, how will I solve the question in the paper? One. Second, I can see the oxidation state of phosphorus. Oxidation state of phosphorus. Third, I have to see what type of bonds are there, students. Here, the type of bonds which will be there, important. Why I am saying that? Because there will be, I am saying, POH type of bonds. There will be PH type of bond, students. There is a P double bond O type of bond, students. And There will be POP type of bond, students. How many type of bonds we are seeing here? POPH, POH, and POP bonds. So here you can see different type of structures will be formed. The question is very important. Structures of oxoacids of phosphorus. How to draw the structures of oxoacids of phosphorus. First, for example, here you see the first one which I have written H3PO2. What is the name of this? Hypophosphorus acid. H3PO2, students. What is the name of this? Hypo. This is also called phosphonic acid.
Okay.
Hypophosphorus acid. Hypophosphorus acid, also called phosphonic acid. Another, what is of interest to this, I said key names, oxidation state, type of bonds we have said, then their basicity. Important question on basicity. What is the basicity? What do you mean by basicity? When I say basicity means what? Students, what will be the meaning of basicity, students? How many ionizable hydrogens are there? Basicity means how many ionizable hydrogens will be there. I'm writing here number of H plus ions
Ionizable H plus.
which will be released. Another important property here is they can they act as a reducing agents? Reducing agents. Which can act as a reducing agent, which can give H
Give
hydrogen.
H plus.
H, I'm saying not H plus, I'm saying H. H plus is acid. H I'm saying.
H.
So this is the so many things about this. Any question can be there. And one question is coming. One question is coming, students. Now here I have shown the structures, but the question is how will we draw the structure? That is the important point is posing students. I have question. What I am saying, draw draw the structure of draw the structure of orthophosphoric acid. Question in the paper. Draw the structure of orthophosphoric acid. What is the formula first of all? What is the formula for
Orthophosphoric
orthophosphoric acid?
acid is H3PO4.
H3PO4 in the exam. Okay. I was not given in the paper. Now, how do I do this question, student? How do I do the question? I will do what? What is, first of all, what is the oxidation number of phosphorus? Tell me. The question is different. I'm just doing it. But okay, let me not do it right now. If I have to draw the structure of this, what will I do? How will you do it? What will you do? Can you remember? Cram it? No.
No, sir.
Then what method I can use? Okay, what I will do, this is the central element, student. Very, very important question. Phosphorus is a central element. Okay? And oxo acid is there. I will put one oxy, double bond. ठीक है, I can put this oxo
Yes, sir.
and defined what is
Yes, sir.
oxoacid. Now, how many oxygens are left, students?
3 oxygen.
I am putting 1, 2, and 3 oxygen. ठीक है? I put 3
Okay, sir.
oxygen. All oxygens used. How many hydrogens are there now?
3.
3. Okay, then I will put one hydrogen with each. ठीक है? So this becomes the
Okay.
structure of H3PO4. This is the structure of H3PO4. Now I'm saying,
Okay.
what is the hybridization of phosphorus? What is the hybridization of phosphorus here? What is the hybridization of phosphorus, students? What is the hybridization of phosphorus, students, here?
In H3PO4 it will be
Huh?
sp3.
Phosphorus is forming how many bonds? How many atoms it is joined? 1, 2, 3, 4. Phosphorus bond pair 4. I am saying lone pair. Is there any lone pair on phosphorus? Tell me. 0. So I say that this
No.
is sp3. sp3 hybridization. ठीक है? sp3 hybridization.
Yes, sir.
Now, second question, I'm saying, what is the basicity? All this question have been asked in the paper now. What is the basicity of orthophosphoric acid?
Okay.
Orthophosphoric acid. So what is the basicity? Tell, what is the meaning of basicity? How many ionizable hydrogens?
3.
3. There are 3 ionizable hydrogens.
Yes, sir.
So 3, I'm saying 3 ionizable, 3H plus is called N factor. N factor is 3. Basicity 3. There are 3
Ionizable
ionizable hydrogen.
hydrogen.
3 ionizable hydrogen, students. So there are 3 ionizable hydrogens. Basicity is 3. That question has been answered. And what is the oxidation number of phosphorus here? What is the
Uh,
oxidation?
in or- in orthophosphoric acid, +5.
So phosphorus oxidation number, phosphorus oxidation number is +5. So we can see that what type of questions will be there in such examples. Then we will continue with this further in our next lectures. And these are some of the questions which you can attempt yourself in the oxoacids of phosphorus. One question is going to be there in the paper. Okay,
Okay, sir.
then we will like to meet you in our next class, students.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. इंटरनेट, इसमें देखिए इंटरनेट की प्रॉब्लम आ गई है इसमें. रिकॉर्डिंग कहाँ चले गया? बंद हो चुका है क्या? रिकॉर्डिंग तो हो रही थी।